the very first notes we ever heard of backspacer. Gonna see my friend for Mark Fletcher and Daniel Timms and Tim Daniels. Not Tim Daniels. Okay, so if you're Ed or you're Stone, you're gonna start with your root 6 major bar chord, which would be 7, 9, 9, 8. But we don't need because we don't need those high strings. We just want the first 4 strings there, and you're gonna take your pointer finger off, sort of a reverse Jerry Cantrell move. And then same thing, 2 frets lower. Again. But if you want to do Mike's part, you're doing our 2 becomes 1 move. Start with the G string 9th fret, and you're going to bend it so that it sounds like the B string 7th fret. And as you do, you get that neat gargly noise as the 2 notes become 1, right? But we want to add the baby E string 7th fret as well, so we've got a little bar. And with our bend, now it sounds like it, and we're going to go... Same thing, 2 frets lower. And again. But you end with the bend. I mean, maybe Tim Daniels. Raise your hand if your name is Tim Daniels, in which case I do apologize for excluding you. Okay, so for the verse, we're going to start with our same B bar chord without the bar. So again, just the first 4 notes of that chord, and we're going to go B, A, and then same exact shape down to F sharp. And there's not many live videos of this one, but the couple I did see, Stone was lifting his pointer finger up, so you can do that however it rhythmically pleases you. Of course, Mike chimes in with... Grab 16 on G and B, down to 14, give it a little quarter bend, and then we're going to be on D16, D16, followed by D14, up to 16, G14, D16, and back down to D14. I'm going to throw the chorus riff into the hat for most AC/DC-like Pearl Jam riff. An E power chord, so just open 2-2 with just 1 finger, and you're going to naturally mute G, B, and E. That's what we want. And we're going to bend the E string 3rd fret. Followed by A, D. Mike in the chorus is just hanging on an E power chord, 7th fret of the A string. That was A, D also as power chords. I'm also assuming everyone's gonna want to do that one. Entrance to the bridge. Mike is playing octave chords, so grab A12 and G14. That's 2 A notes. The shape's not going to change. I'll call out the pointer finger, and the G string, whichever finger you're using, will just move along in kind. So 12, 10, 9, 7. While Stone guitar plays the biggest A power chord you've probably ever seen in your life. Remember, power chords are not so much a shape, they usually are the same shape, but they are the inclusion of only roots and fifths from the scale we're talking about. So if you do an A chord, like regular, but add the 5th fret of the B string and the E string, that's excluding our 3rd, and we've got a big, huge, giant pile of A's and E's. from here, we want a G bass note in there, E string 3rd fret. You can leave your pinky if you want to. I think it's cool, if you can. And then the 3rd chord's going to be D with an F sharp in the bass, like the Better Man chord. But let's leave this really beautiful D note out of it, because it just sounds far too beautiful for this section. So just E2 and G2, followed by E. So... if you can't reach that, just play A, followed by A with a G in the bass, and then our little D with an F sharp, and then E. But then the bridge starts kicking, and it's just those chords we just did without the high notes and strumming. This part's kind of in the bridge because the bass goes up while the guitar goes down, so it's kind of a mind flower. But yeah, that's what it is. And the outro is just the intro, but you spend twice as long on each chord, so instead of once, twice, you do it 4 times. Twice through, and Mike spends, of course, twice as long as well. And I wanted to mention that when you do your bend here, you can either keep your G string bent, but then you have the burden of making sure you're bending it just enough so it's exactly the right note. So if you just bend it and then kind of abandon ship there, your pointer finger will mute the G string by just sort of nudging up on it, and then you don't have to worry about what that G string note is bent to. Either the B and the E strings, or just the E string on the 10th fret. And it ends with just bend that G string on the 7th fret, and that is the whole thing for Gonna See My Friend. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for the request, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.